Hi everyone, we're here at John Sadler's Auto Repair. And we have a Ford F-150 with a 4.2 liter. The customer's complaint is a high idle speed. He went to a local Ford dealership here in San Diego and they replaced his throttle position sensor in September. He went back for the same problem again in October and they replaced his idle air control, which is this piece right here. The reason I have this one here is the customer had already bought this from another local Ford dealership the year before and changed that to try and solve his problem. And then when he went back a third time in December, they tried to sell him another throttle body. He said it was just out of specifications. Well, when I got the truck, I looked at it and I found that the idle air control was doing its job. It was all the way closed trying to compensate the idle. And the reason that this is sticking is because this plate is worn out inside of here. This throttle plate inside of here is perfectly round, so it's supposed to fit this perfectly round housing. There should be no air gap. So when you look through there and you see that big gap right through there, that gap's not supposed to be there. That's a huge gap. You look on the other side, there's a small gap, but over there, that's a big gap. That's a lot of air getting through there. That plate should be sealed perfectly flush with that. The reason that problems happen is this vehicle has 220,000 miles on it. This is where it gets all the load, all the tension. This is where the spring is. When you press the gas pedal, this is where the accelerator cable hooks in when this moves. So this is going to get a lot of load on this side of it. Then if we look at the new one we bought, and we bought it from Ford Motor Company, and we're going to look inside there, see how that fits perfectly flush on both sides. There's no gap whatsoever. Now I'll show you the one I took off his truck one more time. And you can see how big that gap is in there. You can see all that light coming through there. You're not supposed to be able to see that at all. We'll turn it around the other way and look at that side too. See that big huge gap? That's not supposed to be there. This is not round anymore. And we look at our new one. And as you can see, it makes a perfectly good seal. So, in closing here, when you're doing diagnosis on vehicles, you have to look at the electrical parts, and then you have to look at the code, then you have to look at physical parts, and look for physical wear. Be able to explain and prove beyond a reasonable doubt what's wrong with the vehicle. It's been 2,000 miles since they performed all the work for him, and he still has the same problem. Well, in my professional opinion of 39 years in this industry, this didn't wear out 2,000 miles ago. You know, like they're saying they want to change that it's past its limit there. It's just out of spec was their exact terminology. So I don't know what they mean by that. That's a huge gap that's in there. This was the problem that he had all along, is this throttle plate is worn out. So I'm making this video so when you have diagnosis done, ask the technician to prove it to you, to explain exactly why that this is the problem, to show you some kind of detail and explain so you can understand why my vehicle is having a problem. So we're going to put this new throttle body on, we're going to solve the customer's problem, and his truck's going to idle fine from now on. So thank you very much, have a great day.